It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the San Antonio Express. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They begin with a run by Miller. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, second and 15. Now Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go, D. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow. He's got Burton here. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him tape, watch him learn.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike,
To the air again, Burrow. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40. Again, it's Burrow. And he's going going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And Burrow going to throw again. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Burrow on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. And it's good to make it 7-0.
Point is good. Makes the score Express 7, Jets nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A first down throw, Darnold. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. That'll nail the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breshad Perriman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
And now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
Check 53. Here we go.
On second down, here's Burrow. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Rip left, rip left. Mike.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 3-yard line.
Seven, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
Second and 10. Here's Patterson. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Good. Makes the score Express 14, Jets 7. Austin Seibert set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
He's brought down.
That one good for 33 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your team.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Here's a give to Miller. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Jabari Zuniga with a stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. Or give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. This is caught. It's Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
San Antonio, first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch the screen. Out. 18. Rush in.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
53's the mark. 53.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Flush to his right. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I'm coming for you. You mine. Check. There you go.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
32-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
On 1st down, Darnold escaping the pressure right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, It could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Down at the 35-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
3rd and inches.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 3rd down, Patterson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
And they are going for it. Darnold. That's to his running back, complete. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a 1st down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
They'll take over.
Sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Mike, 53.
From midfield now, Burrow. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
53 to Mike, 53, check 53. Check tight end, check tight.
Here's Burrow. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
7-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Number 31.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jabari Zuniga. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Number 31, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said,
under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
It's taken to the 26. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
There's no doubt that he has plenty of heart, but you've got to be careful of those receivers that are slight of build. They leave themselves open to some pretty big hits across the middle. That pass, incomplete.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. That is caught. It's Perriman. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breshad Perriman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Avoids the target, and he has it over the middle. Burrow's 5 yards. yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Burrow loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth league. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And now here's Ross. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
On the 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. An effective 10 yards there takes us back to first down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. He's got Burton here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Burrow on play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offense. And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run on first down. It's Patterson, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Ball carrier.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A first down throw, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 41-yard line.
2nd and 11 at the 41. Patterson on the carry. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Check. 19, Mike. Check.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Man open left side, it's his running back with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
At the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Burrow on 3rd down. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey, pick your game up. Let's go. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 3. Mike, 53. Let's go, P. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike up. 53.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And that is incomplete. A 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll keep it on the ground. Patterson, and he'll be taken down right around the 27.
Number 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, it's Patterson, and he is not going to get the 1st down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
33-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And they go play action now. Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. 53.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Mike 20. Don't say nothing. 20, Mike 20. Don't get nervous. Mike 20.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Miller, the lone setback.
Number 53, Mike 53. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Mike 53.
Now it's Burrow. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
On the play.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now,
and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brian Poole, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Patterson, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
6-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Jets.
They run with Patterson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. He talked about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Jets, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0.